Good morning again, Year 6. So, as I said yesterday, today we are going to be still looking at writing a description of the alchemist's house, but today you are going to be improving one of my descriptions. Okay, so first of all, which of these adjectives, similes, and metaphors are the most appropriate? So, looking at this picture, which ones fit the picture best? His hair was the colour of bark, the cottage was as ancient as the sun, the captivating cottage hid in the depths of the undisturbed forest. The cottage was as tall as a giraffe. The cottage burdened the young man, squashing his hopes and dreams. The sun beamed down on the dilapidated house. The wind howled as the rain lashed down. To pause the video, I would number them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and just write the numbers of the ones that you think are the most appropriate. So pause the video now, please, and have a go. Okay then, so let's have a look. So I think that these ones in red now are the most appropriate. So his hair was the colour of bark, because his hair is very dark, very brown. The captivating cottage hid in the depths of the undisturbed forest. Okay, because it's within the forest, isn't it? You can see trees for miles around, nothing else. And that's an example of personification, because the cottage is hiding and giving it a human-like feature. I've also got some alliteration there, captivating cottage, and also an adjective, undisturbed forest. I also think this one's quite relevant. The cottage burdened the young man, squashing his hopes and dreams. So this one's come more from the idea that this was his father's cottage and that he ran away from it when he was younger and that he didn't really want to return. And then this one, the sun beamed down on the dilapidated house. Okay, should really, if we're being specific, that should really be cottage instead of house. But again, you can see that the sun is beaming down through the trees. Well done if you also got those ones. Okay, have a look at this then. So which of these sentences are examples of personification? So we've got the sun beamed down, the man danced down the street, the tree branches waved in the breeze, the wind blew, the leaves skipped in the wind, the sky was as bright as the sun. Which ones are examples of personification? Remember, personification is giving an object a human-like feature. Pause the video now and have a go. Okay, let's have a look at the answers then. So we've got the sun beamed down, the branches waved, and the leaves skipped in the wind. So your personification is beamed, waved, and skipped. Okay, because these are all human-like features that we have given to an object. Well done if you got those ones too. Okay, so I have written on the next slide a paragraph about this picture. So the picture that we've been looking at for the past 2 days. But I have lost my creative flow. So what I would like you to do is I would like you to try and improve it for me. So let's read the paragraph first of all. As the man walked towards his childhood home, he felt nervous. He had not been back here since he left all those years ago. He looked into the clearing and saw the cottage that held his childhood. It was quite a small cottage, smaller than he remembered. A fence surrounded the cottage, protecting it from strangers. He moved through the forest, passing the tall trees that waved him through, welcoming him home. As he neared the entrance, he caught a glimpse of the rustling square windows and the cottage's odd shape. Okay, so that's fine. It's a description, but it's not fantastic. What I want you to do is I want you to try and improve this description and make it the best description it could ever be, okay? So that means adding some personification, improving my adjectives, because I've just got ones like small, square, nervous, okay? I want you to improve them, please. Make it so that it's the best description that you have ever come across. Use some similes, some metaphors. Make it sound like the cottage is, I don't know, dangerous. Make it sound like the cottage is a safe haven. It's up to you how you do this. Okay, but I would like you to rewrite this paragraph and make it more descriptive, but make sure that the adjectives, similes, metaphors, personification that you use are appropriate. So get back out your work from yesterday, have a look through there, see if you can add any of that into my paragraph. Okay? Now, I don't mean you have to change every single word of that paragraph. There might be bits in there that you think, yeah, that sounds good, I'm going to leave that in there. And then there might be bits that you think, I think I'm going to improve that. Okay? So you don't have to change every single word. Just make it better. Okay? Pause the video and have a go. Okay, now I've also had a go at this. So let's have a look on the next slide and see if it's any better. So what we'll do first is we'll read this one again. As the man walked towards his childhood home, he felt nervous. He had not been back here since he left all those years ago. He looked into the clearing and saw the cottage that held his childhood. It was quite a small cottage, smaller than he remembered. A fence surrounded the cottage, protecting it from strangers. He moved through the forest, passing the tall trees that waved him through, welcoming him home. As he neared the entrance, he caught a glimpse of the rusting, square windows and the cottage's odd shape. Okay, so this is my improved attempt. Let's see if it's any better. As the man walked towards his childhood home, he felt a flutter of nerves. He had not been back here since he fled all those years ago. He cautiously peered into the clearing, and his eyes rested upon the cottage that held his childhood. It was a petite cottage, smaller than he remembered. A dilapidated fence surrounded the cottage, boasting strength and guarding its captive. The unsuspecting being stepped boldly through the forest, passing towering trees that waved him through, welcoming him home. As the entrance to the ramshackle cottage loomed, he caught a glimpse of the rusting, square windows winking in the sun, modestly displaying the building's asymmetrical shape. Okay, so here, if you've noticed, I have given the cottage the persona that, the fence the persona that it's guarding its captive. So the cottage is its captive. The cottage is a prisoner. Okay, so I've tried to link to how Viridian might have felt when he lived at home. He might have felt like a prisoner because he didn't feel any love. His father didn't really care about him. He spent more time with his machine. Okay. Um, I have given the cottage the cottage windows a human-like feature. I've said that the cottage windows were winking in the sun, okay, and that they were modestly displaying the asymmetrical shape of the building. So again here I've improved the adjective odd to asymmetrical, okay. So can you see how that is a much better description? It's got more powerful adjectives, it's got more personification, it's giving different features, different personas, different ideas. Okay, please feel free to send me your descriptions because your descriptions are probably going to be even better than mine and I would love to see them. I'll speak to you again soon, Year 6. Well done.